जे प्रसादे पूरे सर्व आशा चक्षुदान नीलोचे जन्मे जन्मे प्रभु से दिव्य ज्ञान हृदय प्रसीतो प्रेम भक्ति जहाँ होते अविदारी नच जाते वेदे गाय जहाँ रचरितो श्री गुरु करुणा सिंधु अधम जनार बंधो लोके नाथ लोके दीवाना हाँ प्रभु करो दया देह मोरे पद छाया हाँ प्रभु करो दया देह मोरे पद छाया एबे गाय दुख सुख त्रिभुवाना दुई पदे लैला सराना शिला प्रभुपाद पतित पवाना शिला प्रभुपाद पतित पवाना जय प्रभुपदा जय प्रभुपदा जय प्रभुपदा जय प्रभुपदा जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 जय जय प्रभुपाद नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्ण प्रसाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी इति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Jaya Radha, Shyam Sundar Radha, Shyam Sundar Radha. Jaya Radha, Shyam Sundar Radha, Shyam Sundar Radha. Jaya Jagannatha, Jaya Jagannatha, Jaya Baladeva, Jaya Subhadra. Jaya Jagannatha, Jaya Jagannatha, Jaya Baladeva, Jaya Subhadra. Jaya Gauranitai, Jaya Gauranitai, Gauranitai, Jaya Gauranitai. Jaya Gauranitai, Jaya Gauranitai, Gauranitai, Jaya Gauranitai. Jaya Radha, Shyam Sundar Radha, Shyam Sundar Radha. Jaya Jagannatha, Jaya Jagannatha, Jaya Baladeva, Jaya Subhadra. Jaya Gauranitai, Jaya Gauranitai, Gauranitai, Jaya Gauranitai. Govinda Jaya Jaya, Gopala Jaya Jaya. Govinda Jaya Jaya, Gopala Jaya Jaya. Radha Ramana Hari, Govinda Jaya Jaya. Radha Ramana Hari, Govinda Jaya Jaya. Govinda Jaya Jaya, Gopala Jaya Jaya, Radha Ramana Hari, Govinda Jaya Jaya, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jai, Jai.
जय श्री श्री राधा श्याम सुंदर जी की जय। जय श्री श्री गौर, जय श्री श्री जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्रा महारानी जी की जय। जय श्री श्री गौर। Oh, sorry. No, he asked me to do it. No, that's perfectly all right. Please,
Shiva Jaya, Jaya, Jaya Chandi, Arati Kasova. Janavikatavane Jagamanalava Janavikatavane Jagamanalava Ibadake Nitaija Bame Gadadhara
Chibadake nitaija Bame garadhara Nikate advaita srini Vasha Shatradhara Nikate advaita srini Vasha Shatradhara Shiva Bose Ache Garaja Ratna Simasane Shiva Bose Ache Garaja Ratna Simhasane Arahati Karena Brahma Hare Vagane Arati Karena Brahma Hare Devagane Shivanalari Adhikari Chamaradulaya Shivanalari Adhikari Chamaradulaya Sanjayama Kunda Batu Vasarigaya Sanjayama Kunda Batu Vasarigaya Shiva Sankha Baji Ganta Baji Baji Kartala Shiva Sankha Baji Ganta Baji Baje karta Madhura Mridanga Bhaje Paramarasala Shankha Bhaje Ghanta Bhaje Madhur 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 Bhaje 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 Madhur 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 Bhaje Madhur 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 Bhaje Madhur 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 Bhaje Shankha Bhaje Ghanta Bhaje Madhur 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 Bhaje Jaya Gaura Nitai Jaya Gaura Nitai Gaura Nitai Jaya Gaura Nitai Jaya Gaura Nitai Jaya Gaura Nitai Gaura Nitai Jaya Gaura Nitai Kibabo Koti Chandrajini Vadana Ujvala Kibabo Koti Chandrajini Vadana Ujvala Radheyshyam Banamala Kuri Yalamala Radheyshyam Banamala Kuri Yalamala Shiva Shiva Sukhana Radha Vimela Radha Shiva Shiva Sukhana Radha Vimela Radha Bhakati Vinarake Galara Sampala Bhakati Vinarake Galara Sampala Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Radha Sivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Radha Sivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Jayam Vishnupad Paramahansa Parvarikacharya Asatara Shishimad. The Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki. Jayam Vishnupad Paramahansa Parvarikacharya Asatara Shishimad. Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj ki. Ananta Koti Vaishnavin ki. Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur ki. Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gopi Gopinath Shamkun Radhakun Giri Govardhan ki. Prem Shri Goho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vindi ki. Tulsi Devi Bhakti Devi ki. Samaveda Bhakta Vindi ki. Ganga Mai ki. Dimona Mai ki. Vrindavan Dhami ki. Mayapur Dhami ki. Jagannath Puri ki. Transcendental Book Distribution ki. Hari Nam Sankirtan ki. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. And all glories to Shri Shri Guru and Gauranga.
Narshinga? Want to dance to Narshinga Arti? Namaste Narashingaya. Namaste Narashingaya. Pralada lada dayate. Pralada lada dayate. Hiranyakashi Purvatsaha. Hiranyakashi Purvatsaha. Shilatan kana kalaye. Shilatan kana kalaye. Ito Narshingo, Bharato Narshingo. Ito Narshingo, Bharato Narshingo. Yato yato yamita to Narshingo. Yato yato yamita to Narshingo. Aye Narshingo, Hridaye Narshingo. Aye Narshingo, Hridaye Narshingo. Narachingadim Shararam Prapate. Narachingadim Shararam Prapate. Avakara Kamalavare Nakamadhuta Shringa Talita Hiranyakashipu Tanubrenga Keshavadrita Narahari Rupa Jai Jagadish Hare Jai Jagadish Hare Jai Jagadish Hare. Avakara Kamalavare Nakamaduta Shrenga Talita Hiranyakashipu Tanuvrenga Keshavadrika Narahari Rupa Jai Jagadish Hare Jaya Jagadish Hare Jai Jagadish Hare. Sing louder. Louder, louder. Yeah. Jai Jagadish. Narsinga De Jaya, Narsinga De Jaya, Narsinga De Jaya, Narsinga De. Jaya Narsinga De, Narsinga De, Narsinga De Jaya, Narsinga De. Jaya Pralatara, 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 Jaya Pralatara. Jaya Pralatara, 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 Jaya Pralatara. विज्ञ विनाश नरसिंहदेव भगवान जी की जय, प्रहलाद महाराज जी की जय, शिला प्रभुपाद की जय, समवेत गौर भक्त वृंद की जय, निताय गौर प्रेमानंदी हरि बोल।
Hare Krishna. Thank you very much for coming. Everybody can move more in the front. Radheyshyam Prabhu is on the way. Probably will be here by the end of the announcements. Move in the front. Possible. Please move everybody a little bit in the front. Some few announcements. Today's Sunday feast is sponsored by few families. Okay. It's sponsored by Sridhar Rana Prabhu's family for their daughter Lipika's birthday. Is he here? Sridhar Rana Prabhu, okay. So we'll have the cake cutting at the end after the class, but please let's thank him and bless his daughter with a loud Haribol, Haribol, Haribol. Also, Radha Prempada Mataji is sponsoring today's Sandhya Bhog for Ishani Aparajita and Mataji's well-being. Today is a birthday. Radha Prempada Mataji is here. Haribol. Happy Krishna conscious birthday to you. Haribol. So let's bless her with a loud Haribol. Haribol, Haribol. Some upcoming events. June 11th, Saturday, is New York City Jagannath Rath Yatra. We have 2 buses going from here, or maybe more. Shankarshan Prabhu is here. Okay. When is the last day for registration? Ho gaya? First bus is all done. So we got, I see, okay. So give the names to Shankarshan Prabhu. Will be waitlisted for the second bus. All right, Haribol. That's for June 11th, Haribol, very nice. June 14th, Tuesday, June 14th is Snan Yatra. Snan Yatra is also considered as the appearance day of the deity Jagannath Baldev Subhadra. Right, so it's a special event on Tuesday. We'll be celebrating right in the evening on Tuesday with a Chapan Bhog, a lot of festivities on June 14th. July 1st is Puri Rath Yatra. In Puri, the Rath Yatra happens on July 1st. And symbolically, every year when in the Puri there's a Rath Yatra, we also celebrate it here. Right, so we'll have Jagannath Rath Yatra around the periphery on July 1st. And July 2nd, Saturday, July 2nd, back to back, is Atlantic City Rath Yatra. Hari Bol, Jagannath Baldev Subhadra Mai ki jai. It's a very special Rath Yatra, which every year we hold from our temple. So it's on July 2nd, and there's no bus. Everybody can go together. Prem Kishore Prabhu is also putting together a 3-day camp, July 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. So July 2nd, you can attend the Rath Yatra, and July 3rd and 4th, you can stay there and have some vacation activities. Okay. All right. So we have His Grace Radheyshyam Prabhu here. So let's welcome him with a loud Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Take it, bro. My cell phone became dead. Can you give me the introduction? Cell phone became dead. Oh. Shri Radheyshyam Sundar. No, no, it's there. So many. Is there? So we'd like to introduce our dear devotee, Shri Radheyshyam, His Grace Radheyshyam Prabhu. His Grace Radheyshyam Prabhu also is academically is an graduate from a very prestigious university, Indian Institute of Technology, IIT Mumbai. He was a topper of the IIT Mumbai and compiler of youth books like Stress to Smile and 5-volume book of Essence of Gita. After working with CECRI as a senior research fellow and as a mechanical engineer at Thermax and Mather and Platt companies for a few years, he took up a role of celibate, trainer, youth mentor, and corporate advisor. Currently, for last 20 years, he has been the president of our ISKCON Center in Pune, ISKCON Pune, leading a community of 6,000 members. He's one of the 4 presidential board members of ISKCON Abids, Hyderabad Temple. And recently, GBC Nominations Committee chose 5 global duty officers for the global initiatives of ISKCON from year 2019. And he's appointed as one of them as a global duty officer for training the youth from in the West. He has lots of contribution to youth and corporates. He's a founding director of VOICE, acronym, which is Vedic Oasis for Inspiration, Culture and Education, a youth wing of ISKCON, which offers systems, courses and training modules for training college and company youths in SQ-based leadership. He's a youth trainer for last 25 years in all leading IITs, NITs, and engineering colleges of India and abroad. Designer of Discover Yourself book and internationally acclaimed PowerPoint show. He also got a Global
Hare
Excellence
Krishna,
Award
Hare.
winner for educating youth in Bhagavad Gita and Jiva Goswami Award winner for innovative youth outreach.
This can be nearby.
He's a trainer, educator, engager of youth from Pune, Kolkata, Kanpur, Juhu, Thane, Bangalore, Hyderabad, Chennai, Dharwad, Belgaum, Mysore, and other places. He presented seminars at Stanford University, University of Washington, Cornell University, etc. And currently visiting Boston to help in reaching out to youth in Northwest University, Boston University. He also gave a corporate seminar presenter at Bank of America, Infosys, Jewish Bank, Cognizant, Persistent, etc. So let's welcome His Grace Radheyshyam Prabhu with a loud Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. I know you many years ago. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Kunja Vihari Gopi Janavallabha Girivaradhari Yashodanandana Braja Janaranjana Yashodanandana Braja Janaranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare 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 Rama, Hare Rama Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna Krishna, Hare 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 Ram, Hare Rama Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama Rama, Hare 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 Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare 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 Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare Radha Sham Sundar, Radha Sham Sundar, Radha Sham Sundar, Shri Radhe. Jaya Jagannath, Jaya Jagannath, Jaya Baladeva, Jaya Subhadra. Nitai Gauranga Jaya, Nitai Gauranga, Nitai Gauranga Jaya, Nitai Gauranga. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Srila Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Gurudev, 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 Srila Gurudev. Kaliuga Pavana Harinama Sankirtan ki, Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki, Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshuhunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhaktivedanta Swamin Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Hare Krishna. Is my volume good enough for all of you in the last rows? Is it loud enough for you? Thank you. I came to here, New Jersey, Plainfield, many years ago, 2008, I believe. Sri Devakanandan Prabhu had arranged another program and another venue. But I came to know that 2014 or so, this new place was opened, this new temple. I'm coming for the first time. Very happy to see such a large-sized temple with a big number of devotees, which is actually a sign of sincerity and commitment and dedication and advancement of many, many devotees coming together and joining their hands together, putting aside false ego for the pleasure of Guru and Krishna, putting up this nice temple. Wherever you put Krishna, Krishna expands. That is his nature. Srila Prabhupada was in Mayapur Dham. His Holiness Tamal Krishna Maharaj had come with 70 devotees. So Prabhupada asked him, are all the devotees settled in their rooms peacefully in the long building? He asked him. He said, yes, Prabhupada. In those days also it was called as long building. Even now they call it long building. So Prabhupada said, when I told them to do this long building, they said, what is the need of such a long building? But now you see, you all have come and filled it up. In future, it may have to be even more longer, Prabhupada said. And then he said, because wherever there is Krishna consciousness, it will always keep growing. Like Matsyavatara, he said. Matsyavatara was a small fish, then a bigger fish, even more bigger fish. He couldn't be fitted even in a pond or a lake. Ultimately, he had to be put in an ocean. So, His Grace Devakanandan Prabhu and team of devotees here. I've been developing, preaching in this locality. I'm very happy to be here again. So I had given many topics, out of which Prabhu has chosen this topic, Gita and 4 sutras. Actually, in 4 sutras to encapsulate Bhagavad Gita is not very easy, but the PowerPoint is very big, but I will only show you a few slideshow. A few of the slides I will show you. These are the 4 sutras. See, G-I-T-A. G stands for God, I stands for identity, T stands for transmigration, and A stands for aim of life. You all can repeat after me. This body is not all in all. Soul exists. This one lifetime is not all in all. Many more lifetimes exist. This material world is not all in all. Spiritual world exists. We are not all in all. There is a God in control. So these are the 4 things of this acronym GITA. I will try to explain as much as I can today. So first, we will talk about G. We are not all in all. There is a God in control. Modern day school textbooks, they teach students that man is the center of the universe. Everything is revolving around him. Everything is meant for his enjoyment. Whether it be chicken or goat or cow, everything is for his eating. And the nature is supposed to serve man. And you can do any kind of meddling with nature for the pleasure of man. This is a kind of wrong blueprint that modern day education gives to many of the children, due to which one gets into a mode of controllership or proprietorship, considering themselves to be the center of the whole universe, which is a wrong map actually. One time my spiritual master was speaking in a class, he was telling us that especially the leaders should not think themselves to be the root of the tree. They should think themselves to be one of the leaves of the tree. He said, a leaf is a small portion of the tree. And who is the root of the tree? Radheyshyam, Radha Kunjabihari. So he was telling that the lordships are the center and we are only a leaf or a twig in the tree, he said. So Vaishnava philosophy, this is a very vital aspect of Vaishnava philosophy, that we understand God is the center of the universe. Long, long ago, one time when the demigods won the battle against Asuras, they all became very proud. Every demigod was telling his wife, it's because of me that we won the battle. So Lord Krishna saw that situation. So he arrived there and he called all the devatas one by one. He asked them, who are you? And Vayu Dev said, my dear Lord, I am Vayu. I am your servant. So he asked Vayu, what is your capacity? Tell me. You know it very well, my Lord. The northeast monsoon, southwest monsoon, all these different monsoons. I am so powerful that I can blow even huge clouds, which are several miles in radius. Lord just put one small piece of grass in the front and said, can you blow this grass? And he blew from all directions, but the grass couldn't be moved even by 1 millimeter. And ashamed, he hung his head down and had to flee from that place. Then came Agni. Lord asked him, what is your power? And Agni declared, my dear Lord, before the pralaya, waters arise. I actually scorch all the planets with my fire of my heat. So he said, you tell me what you want me to do. Lord said, just burn this one small piece of grass. Of course, Agni also exerted himself fully. He couldn't do it. So he also hung his head and ran away from there. And Indra had already gone away. So he saw there was a crowd of demigods there. He asked Parvati on the way, Parvati Mata, Mata, what is this? Why so many people are crowding? What is the matter there? She said, don't go there. She said, Lord is one by one proving to them how insignificant they are. If you go, you will have to hang your head down and you will have to run away also. So when he heard it, from there only he ran away. He didn't go near only. From that day on, this famous statement was spoken, not even a blade of grass can move without his sanction. So this pastime, Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur quotes it from the Upanishads in his writings. Madhubhayat vativatoyam suryastapati madhubhayat varshati indro dahatyagnir mrityuscharati madhbhayat. In the Srimad Bhagavatam, the Lord says that out of fear of me, the sun rises in the morning. Out of fear of me, the fire has a burning sensation. Out of fear of me, the wind blows. Out of fear of me, the death is taking its toll. Out of fear of me, the Lord of showers brings forth rain, water. Like that he says. Now you all may think, what is this out of fear of me? Is Lord having some chastising rod to threaten all of them? You may think. That's not the meaning. Meaning is, the demigods are not afraid of the Lord. The demigods are fearful to displease the Lord. There is a big difference between the two. If you are afraid of somebody, that's a lower platform. If you are fearful to displease somebody, that is another form of love. The demigods are all in love with the Supreme Lord. Yam Brahma Varunendra Rudra Marudastulmanti Divyaistavai Vedai Sangapadakramopanishadair Gayanti Yam Samagaha Dhyanavastita Dadgatena Manasa Pashyanti Yam Yogino Yasyantam Navidu Surasuraganaha Devaya Tasmai Namo. You see, Yam Brahma, Varuna, Indra, Chandra, all these people are all worshippers of the Supreme Lord always. With great love they worship him. So they are not afraid of him, they are afraid to displease him because he's a lovable master, endearing master, most ultimate master. There is no one equal to him or beyond him. So they are very attentive. All of you think for a moment, till date, have you ever seen any day the son was little late to get up and he got up at 10 o'clock rubbing his eyes and said, sorry, today I am little late. Have you ever seen that? We may get up late, sometime we miss Mangalarati, but the sun never misses his time. In all the Panchanga and everything you find the time of the rising of the sun, correct, no? Exactly dot on time he will come up, you will see that. Similarly, have you ever seen somebody was missed out in Yamaraja's computer and he is roaming around here for the last 4,000 years. Somehow his name got missed out. There is one mistake, you tell me. Every person who is born in this world has to die, you will see that. Nobody is just missed out. Which means all the devatas precisely fulfill the order of the Lord without any failure. You can see that. So everything is happening by Krishna's will. Maya adhyakshena prakriti suyate sacharacharam. He says that I am supervising the nature and the nature is functioning according to me. How does he supervise nature? If you read Srimad Bhagavatam, 2nd canto, in those 10 chapters, the Virat Purusha is beautifully described. The Virat Purusha has 2 eyes. What are those 2 eyes? Yeah. Shirodan Vatpadeshe Shichimat Shirodan Vatpadeshe. In that verse, Bhupadav Yasyanabir Veda Sunililas Chandra Sauryavscha Netre. Like that we chant in the Vishnu Sahasranama. Bhupadav Yasyanabir Veda Chandra Suryavscha Netre means Chandra and Surya are the 2 netra of the Lord. With those 2 netra, he is glancing at the nature. When he is glancing, see, Surya produces the rains. He produces clouds and then he produces rains. The rains produces grains and fruits and cereals and spices and medicinal herbs, everything. And the moon fills up those items with 6 types of juices: sweet, salt, sour, pungent, astringent, and bitter. So one is a hot eye of the Lord and cool eye of the Lord. Both of them jointly provide for all the living entities. The rainwater, the sunlight, the moonlight, the 6 types of juices. And no scientist can produce 1 grain for you. No scientist can produce 1 drop of blood, even though science has become so advanced, you can see that. So, therefore one should see that Lord's 2 eyes are glancing the nature, and therefore the nature is functioning. Like chlorophyll, for the chlorophyll to happen, there are 40 chemical reactions. Now, for the photosynthesis, there are 40 chemical reactions which happen and produces chlorophyll. You will see the green color thing. It is produced how? By the glance of the sun. When the Lord's eye looks at the nature, the green mango becomes red mango. And all the greenery flourishes, you will see that. Kunti Maharani is recognizing this. She's saying this. Ime janapada sriddhaha supakvau shadivirudaha vanadrinadhihudanvanto hedante tava vikshitaihi. Tava vikshitai means by your glance. Krishna, when you glance at the nature is flourishing, she is telling. There is greenery all around. There are flowers blossoming in the gardens. There are fruits, ripe fruits found in the trees. There are rain showers from the clouds. And the ocean has navaratnas. And in this way, gold and silver and diamond is found in the mountains. So in this way, you will see what is the source of the cosmos. That God is the source of cosmos. It's coming there? Yeah. You see, modern day man, due to his atheistic theory, has more than 20 theories about the origin of universe, but none of them is accepted by any of the scientists. No scientists have accepted. They proposed a theory and it is forgotten. On the other hand, see the Vedic worldview, God created everyone and everything. The word cosmos itself, you go to Oxford Dictionary, it says orderly, harmonious, systematic universe. It says, that is the meaning of cosmos. And Albert Einstein also said that, I believe in God who reveals himself in the orderly harmony of the universe. I believe that intelligence is manifested throughout all nature, he says. And that is the basis of all scientific work, he says. So, is everything coming from a big bang, or is everything coming from one great personality, big brain? So, Shastras also talk about bhutva bhutva pralayate. The universes are created and destroyed, again created and destroyed. Scientists also say the universes are created, they expand, and there's a big bang and big crunch. What is the difference between the two? They are saying everything started from a big bang, some high density point. Shastras say everything started from Vishnu. You can see Vishnu in there, is coming? Yeah, you can see that. Yasyaika nishvasita kalamathavalambya jivanti loma vilaja jagadandanataha Vishnur mahansayiha yasya kala vishesho govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami. Brahma is offering prayer. My dear Lord Mahavishnu, from the pores of your body, millions of universes come. And I also came from one of the universes when you exhaled. And folding our palms, we are offering millions of namaskarams to you. And by your glance and mercy, we are able to do our duties. And then when you again inhale, all the universes go back into Mahavishnu. But most important thing is the source of everything is Lord Vasudeva. Janmadhyasya yataha. So Krishna also says this, you see, Bhumi Rapanalavayu in that verse. All this material energy has sprung from me, he says. He says, I am the taste of water. Krishna not only says, I am source of everything. Krishna also says, I am the essence of everything also. For example, the essence of a bulb is to give light. The essence of the fan is what? Somebody said to rotate. They said, no, rotating is not the function, to give air. The function of the fan is to give you air. Similarly, you will find everything has some essence in it, essential thing in it. Krishna says, I am that essence, he says. And stripped off of the essence, that object will be rendered meaningless. For example, I'm asking you, please, can you get me a Bisleri bottle? Somebody comes and gives me an empty bottle. Is it very helpful? Hey, I don't want an empty bottle. What do you want? Water. Because I presume that when I ask for a Bisleri bottle, you will get water from me. The essence of Bisleri bottle is water. Without water, there is no meaning. Similarly, essence of everything is Krishna. You can see here, I am the taste of water. Prabhasmi Sashi Suryo, I am the light of the sun. And the sun, as I told you, you can see how beautiful lotuses and lilies at the sun. And so sun showers the rains. You can see how many types of fruits are ripened by the moon. Such amazing taste. Man, what can man do? He can make a plastic mango and keep it in the showcase. That's all he can do. You can't do things like this, what Krishna can do. See, I am the source of the light of the moon, he says. See here. So the sun and the moon, they keep this world very attractive and very, very maintaining all the life forms. So Krishna said, I am the source of all this, you can see here. Prabhasmi, Shashishuryayo. And he says, I am like the nylon thread that binds the pearls together. Stripped off of the nylon thread, the whole thing will get scattered away. I am the source of everything, he says. Not only that, I am entering into all the planets as my energy and keeping them in their respective orbits. You know, there is one planet, Pluto, in the solar system, which sometimes is found as a 9th planet, sometimes it is in between Uranus and Neptune. Because the orbit of this Pluto sometimes goes in between the two planets. But have you ever heard of clash anytime? Because the timing is maintained by somebody, the Supreme Lord. I am the strength of the strong, he says. Balam Balavatam. I am the intelligence of the intelligence. Prabhupada asked, did Einstein create his own brain? No, Krishna gave him the brain. Krishna gave him the eyes and hands and legs, all the senses. For Newton also, who found out why the apple is falling down. So he is a supplier of intelligence. So as you see in the picture here, Lord Krishna explains this in 5th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. And later on also in 13th chapter also you come to understand more. 15th chapter Purushottam Yoga also. So the Jiva desires, Bhagavan Ishwar sanctions, and material agency fulfills. This is how it happens. 3 things. We are Jiva, this world is Jagat, Krishna is Jagadishwar. So the Jiva cannot enjoy the Jagat without Jagadishwar's permission. Not possible. Prabhupada therefore is writing in the Bhagavatam 1st canto, he's asking what is the need for slaughterhouses and clubs and brothels and liquor shops and smoking and drinking and all these things. When God has given all the necessities through the agency of nature, Prabhupada says that. So, for example, here you see the son is going and begging father, Papa, please give me some money, I want to purchase something. And see, the father is now granting. So unless the father sanctions, the small boy, what can he enjoy? So we are also like this child. We are dependent on the Supreme Father. He is the central figurehead, pivotal personality in the whole creation. Some sons are naughty sons because this boy wants M&M. Father is saying, no, already your 4 teeth are gone. And why are you asking for more? Better forget it. But he is not ready to forget. He is adamant. Okay, father now reluctantly gives. See? Even mother is noticing anger of the father, you see. So he is not even looking at him, he is giving. So Paramatma, this is how he sanctions some of our naughty or mischievous desires by which we hurt ourselves in this world. These are the desires you see here, lust, anger and greed. Lord Krishna says these are called gateways to hell. Trividam narakasyedam dwaram nashanam atmanaha kama krodha tata alobhas tasmat etatrayam tyajet. He says, in this world, these 3 burn the heart of the living being, like you see in the picture here. Yeah. So all jivas are suffering because they are naughty, they are mischievous, they are adamantly demanding the Lord to provide. So Lord provides, okay, okay, take these things and you get some, learn through some school of hard knocks and come back to me after that. So therefore we should learn how to deal with God. The beginning is Nishkama Karma Yoga, as you see here. Nishkama Karma Yoga means, very simple. First thing is, I am not the material body, I am soul. I am not the car, I am driver of the car. I am part and parcel of Supreme Lord. And I want to render service to Him. And I will work in a detached spirit. So how to do this? You see here, I have shown 2 pictures here. Say, a landlord gives you a big piece of land and tells you, please take these seeds, take this hose pipe, cultivate these seeds and make flower plants and produce flowers. That's what he gives you a task. And monthly once I'll give you a salary that is due for a gardener. He gives. So after a few months when the flowers come, flowers belong to whom? Flowers belong to the gardener or the landlord? Landlord. Because landlord owns the land. The landlord owns the seeds. Krishna says, Aham bija pradhapita. I own the seeds, he says. Sarvaloka Maheshwaram. All the planets also are created by me and they belong to me. He says, He says, Binna me prakriti rashtada. Prabhupada used to emphasize his me. Bhuminapohanala kammano buddhireva chahankara itiyam me. Prabhupada used to say. Why he is saying me? All these 8 elements belong to me, Krishna says. Then he says, Aparayam vidastwanyam prakritim vidhi me param. There also he says, spiritual world and material world were created by me and they belong to me, he says. Sarvaloka Maheshwaram. So he is the owner of all the worlds and he is the one who is the father of all living beings, Aham Bija Pradha Pita. Handir Buddhir Buddhimatam Asmi, Balam Balavatam Chaham. He has given me the brain, he has given me the strength, everything. Then how can I say anything belongs to me in this world? And the commodities that I use to manipulate, there are 120 elements in the Mandel's periodic table, which we study in our chemistry subject. In the top, they should put Krishna, the source of all these elements. That is one thing they missed to put, which is most important thing. If any devotee is publishing book, they should put this, because Krishna is the source of everything. So those elements are produced by him. My senses are given by him. My brain is given by him. So using the brain, when I produce anything in this world, it belongs to him, naturally. Therefore, Prabhupada said, give God the Nobel Prize, Prabhupada said. He deserves the Nobel Prize for doing such wonderful things. So, of course, somebody may say, but I did it, what about my doing? You get your remuneration. He is giving you sunlight, wind, grains, fruits, everything is giving you. You are already accepting remuneration. When you take solar energy and through the solar panels and make electricity, are you paying to sun? We are not paying, we are drawing the benefit. So already salary is given to us for what we are doing. Only thing is those who grab the credit, they are called fruity workers and they become victimized by karma bandhana. Like that he says, Yajñartat karmanon yatra lokoyam karma bandhanaha tadartam karma gaunteya mukta sangha samachara. So we should give credit to Lord. We say God gives and forgives. We get and forget. It is said we tend to forget. So we should know the flowers belong to the master. Similarly, for example, somebody supplied me a wood and they gave me the instruments and they give me salary. Now when I cut the wood and make a table, the table belongs to the carpenter or to the person who gave everything. They're natural, isn't it? Therefore, these 4 questions, very nice questions, see here. Who are you? If you ask Hanuman, he will say, I am Ramadut, I am servant of Rama, he will say. And what work do you do? I do work allotted by Ram, work allotted by God. Which means we should not do any work that breaks any of the regulative principles. We should do work that is accepted by God or aligned with God. Which means any job we do for earning livelihood also, we should make sure that it doesn't injure other living entities. It is work that is ordained in the scriptures. How do you do the work? Sincerely, dedicatedly. And what do you do with the results? Hand it over to God. If a student gets first rank, you should say, I got first rank because Krishna gave me the brain. It is his blessing. It's God's gift. Like that you should say. That's ideal. Therefore, we always say, all glories to assembled devotees. Correct, no? All glories to assembled devotees. 3 times, and the 4th time, what do we say? All glories to Sri Sri Guru and Gauranga. Somebody must, what about me? No glories for me? Actually, if you offer all glories to Guru and Krishna and Vaishnavas, that itself makes you glorious, which is very difficult to do oftentimes. So, therefore, our prime duty is use our intelligence to appreciate the great creation of God, unfold the mysteries of his creation and glorify him. That means, first of all, be wondered. Have wonderment like what William Wordsworth said. Millions of daffodils, I saw millions of daffodils. Wonder about God's creation. Glorify him. And also explain about his creation. So these 4 things I explained in 4 slides you can see. The first one, use your intelligence to appreciate the great creation of God. See his creation and applaud. That's what any person should do. Actually, if only we had innocent hearts like children, we would have greatly glorified God for all his wonders that he is doing. If you read the Purushottam Yoga 15th chapter of Gita, it's so wonderful. What amazing things Krishna says, 15th chapter. The whole chapter is worth memorizing, 15th chapter. Secondly, what we should do? We should
A
unfold the
man named
mysteries
Leonard
of
Pisano,
God's creation
better
through
known as
science. It will
Fibonacci,
take time if I show you
discovered
the
a sequence
videos.
of numbers
Otherwise,
that
I would have
created a
shown.
very interesting
This
pattern.
sound is not coming here, but these videos will take time. And then thirdly, to understand and explain the purpose of Lord's creation. See, the professor whom you see here, Leela Purushottam Prabhu, he works in IIT Kanpur. Now he is a director of IIT Mandi in north, near Uttaranchal. He has 4 professors in IIT Kanpur preaching also. He is also preaching. He comes to Massachusetts, to MIT, USA to give lectures on artificial intelligence. He's a big professor. At the same time, in his home, he has 3 children. He and his wife call their home as ashram in IIT Kanpur. Morning and evening, morning Bhagavatam class, evening Bhagavata class, he does regularly. And he is such a command he has in computer science on one hand, and another great command on Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam. Nobody can catch him. So he's a very intelligent professor. So he comes to America also time to time. He's one of my good friends. I always visit him when I go to Kanpur. He's a very good preacher. So like this, great scientists should become like that. That's the point. They should propagate the glories of the Lord and utilize everything for the pleasure of God. We should know that in this world, everything exists for His pleasure. Now you may ask question, what about me? What about my pleasure? Actually, by giving Him pleasure, we get pleasure automatically. For example, anywhere you go, where there are plural subordinates, they are serving as singular supreme. In a home, for example, children are serving their father. You will see that. In a state, there is a chief minister. In a country, there is a prime minister. In a company, everybody knows you have a boss. Unless you please the boss, you don't get promotion. Can anybody deny that? It's a well-known fact. Ultimately, all the millions of living beings have one supreme master. Nityo nityanam chetanas chetananam eko bahunam yo vidadati kaman. We are eternal, God is eternal. We are conscious, He is conscious, but we are plural, He is singular. Like in our body also you see, like for example, the legs walk to a hotel. The eyes look at the food, nose smells the food, hand picks up the food, teeth crushes the food, tongue tastes the food. All the limbs of the body are working to give food to the belly. And the belly in turn nourishes all the different parts of the body, correct? Try to picturize it in your mind. All the limbs of the body nourish the belly. They give the food to the belly and the belly nourishes all parts of the body, correct? Similarly, the ocean water is given to the sun, and then the sun turns it into sweet water and gives it back. Correct, no? Somebody may say, why to give it to sun? Why not directly take it? No, directly you cannot take it. If you directly take the ocean water and drink, your thirst will only increase due to the saltish nature of the water. It's not a potable water. But if you give it to sun, then it is sweet water you will get. Similarly, don't take anything without giving to God first. Then only you should take it. Actually, you cannot give anything to God. You can only give what He agrees to accept. Patram, pushpam, phalam, toyam. He doesn't say andam, mamsam or anything. So you can only give Him what He says and then you accept it. Because anything touched by God becomes sweet. Just like water touched by the sun becomes sweet water. Otherwise, salt water will not quench your thirst. It will increase your thirst. Therefore, in Gita, 4th chapter, 4.30 verse, Krishna says, Nayam lokosti ayagnyasya kutonya kuru sattama. Arjuna, in this world, if anybody does not offer things to Lord, they don't do yajna, how can they be happy, he says. Therefore, millionaires commit suicide because they are not offering their wealth to God. Because by offering everything to Him, you will become cheerful, very happy. Because anything offered to Him and accepted makes the living entities satisfied, peaceful, and joyful. And anybody who loots God's property to enjoy is considered a thief. And he cannot be happy. Therefore, everything should be used. There's a beautiful flower in the garden, offer it to Krishna first. There's a very nice, beautiful mango fruit, offer it to Him first. You get pearls and gold and silver, make beautiful ornaments and put on Him. So anybody who, actually envious people will become angry if they hear this, because they think God is their competitor. They do not know that God actually, by serving God, we serve ourselves actually. Through Him only we can serve. Our Prahlad Maharaj says one beautiful verse. Naivatmana prabarayam nijalabha purno manam janada vidusha karuno vrinite yadya jano vidadite vidadita manam tachatmane pratimukasya yata magashri. If you go in front of a mirror and put a bindi here, in the reflection automatically a bindi will come. This will come. If you put a earring here, earring will come. So jivas are all tiny reflections of the Lord. If you please him, if you beautify him, you will become beautiful, he says. How? When Srila Prabhupada was in America, his age was beyond 70. And when he told New York to his devotees that I am planning to return to India for some time, disciples were all crying. They were not ready to leave him. One Janaki Mata, she snatched Prabhupada's ticket and said, Swamiji, now ticket is with us, let us see how you will go. And Prabhupada was laughing. You might have seen the photo in Leelamrita, many of you. Now think about it for a moment. Generally, when a person becomes very old, many even family members sometimes feel that this old person is sitting at home and giving advice always we don't want to hear. Many times people think. And many of them openly tell the old people, keep your mouth shut, don't trouble. They say like that. Do mind your own business. And then the fellow gets frustrated. He may read a newspaper for a long time or go with the grandson for a walk or whatever. But here is Prabhupada, who is loved by young disciples. At that time, hippies had a slogan, never trust anybody beyond 30. And Prabhupada was 70. Still he was beautiful. Because real beauty is spiritual beauty. It is not material beauty. Real beauty is spiritual beauty. So Prabhupada had that beauty. So therefore, Prahlad says that if you beautify God, you become beautiful, he says. So, and also, you stand to gain when you try to please him. Like one fellow was telling, when once the Prime Minister needed a shoe, so in the middle of the city, he wanted to change the shoe. So there was a Bata shop, Bata kind of shop, some shop was there. So he went to the shop and he purchased, and he didn't purchase, he took a shoe, he gave. So what should he give? Should he give the best shoe or the cheapest shoe? Best shoe he gave him. Maybe some 20,000 rupees in India. And should he bill him 19,999? Should he bill it? Or should he give him free? Of course, that fellow gave him free because Prime Minister is asking. He gave it happily free. But along with that, he told his men to click a photo quickly. They clicked the photo. After PM went, he put a board outside the shop. This is a shop which was visited by Prime Minister. That shop was thronged by hundreds of people because PM came to this shop. It became a very important shop. So who gained? The Prime Minister gained or the shop owner gained? Similarly, if you give Krishna, you stand to gain. How can he gain? For example, from Ganges, you take one glass of water out. Will Ganges lose anything? Or you add one water to the Ganges, will Ganges gain anything? He has infinite opulences. We can't give him or we can't take away from him. But if we give with love, we stand to gain. So therefore, just like a wife, for example, a housewife renders service to the husband. When the husband comes back home and sees she has rendered very wonderful, kept the home neat and tidy, she has cooked some snacks, she has washed clothes and kept everything neat and nice. So who is pleased? Husband is pleased or wife is pleased? Both are pleased. When husband is pleased and he appreciates her, then wife is pleased also. Same with the Lord and the soul. So let us try to do one more. Identity. This body is not all in all. Soul exists. So this is the second thing. First I told you about God. Now the second thing. If somebody asks you, who are you? Many people tell their name. What one, Harry Monson, this professor is from Illinois College of Medicine. He once made an exhibit in one of the exhibitions. He said, these are the contents of our human body, he said. 5 pounds of calcium, phosphate, potassium, sulfur, sodium, magnesium, and all that. This is what you are made up of, he's saying. And then you can ask the question. And it costs only rupees 110, he said. Ask yourself, are you essentially stuff, this is the stuff you are, or you are more than that? You can see a man going in a Benz car. If there's an accident, will you take the Benz to the garage or will you take the man to the hospital? Ask this, isn't it? If he is only worth 110, why do you rush him to hospital first? Because life is far more important than the body, material body, than the car. So, does it sound like you? It's certainly not. Then what is our real identity if you ask? You can see while living, this lady was a South Indian actor, she became a national actor, then she became a Bollywood actress. And then when she passed away recently, this is a photo after passing away. See, the chemicals are same, everything is same, but what is not there? There are no feelings, no thinking, no desires, no movement, no conscience. Nobody will want to go near that body. When a person, Yavat pavano nivasati dehe, tavat pritchati kushalam gehe, gatavati vayu deha paye, bharyam bibhyati tasmin kaye, bhaja govindam, govindam bhaja mudhamate. He says, as long as there is Atma present in the body, people will come and ask you, how do you do? And you may say, I'm fine and all that. But the moment, Radheyshyam Sundar ki, the moment the soul leaves the body, even the family members will feed the body into the fire, he says. Correct, no? You can see that. Like, say if you are bringing gulab jamun in a carry bag, as soon as you keep the gulab jamun in a plate, what will you do with the carry bag? It goes straight into dustbin. You will see that. Similarly, body is a carry bag for the soul. It has nothing. It's a goni for the soul, that's all. It has no more value. The moment the soul leaves the body, then the body is fed to the fire. But when the soul is present in the body has great value. For example, people put very nice shampoo and very nice scented oils, correct, no? And they keep a silky hair. They stylishly show off the silky hair to people, correct, no? You've seen that. But one hair comes in your food. What will happen? You will throw the whole food outside. You cannot touch it. Because as soon as their hair is detached from the head, it's abominable. Same way when people have nails, they put different kinds of nail polish. Some are shining also. Nail polishes, and they keep showing to others how beautiful my nails look. But when you clip the nails, that goes straight into dustbin. Nobody can preserve it. It's horrible. It's abominable. What is it that makes the nail so valuable when it is connected to the body? And what is it that makes it so abominable when it is cut off from the body? One should ask. Because in this body, there is a living spark, which makes the body appear lively. That's what makes it special. Like, imagine you going to an aquarium where a lot of golden color, orange color, blue color, green color fishes are all moving like this, different. So you can even watch it for an hour also. It looks so beautiful. Many people come to watch it. But imagine the same fishes are dead at the bottom of the big aquarium. Will anybody want to watch it? Will anybody see it? Will you go to see dead fishes or lively fishes? Live fishes. Why? Because Prabhupada says, because in the fish's body there is a spark of life, Atma. That makes it very special. In fact, Prabhupada asked a very wonderful question which made the disciples feel very shy. Prabhupada was walking on the road. He asked the disciples, will you see a girl walking on the road, or will you see the mannequin in the shop where they have put a dress on some doll's body? Which one will you see? So disciples were thinking it's a very awkward question. But still they said, Prabhupada, very natural, we will see somebody walking on the road. Why? Prabhupada asked. Prabhupada said, the body of the mannequin in the shop and the body of the woman coming in the road, both are made up of Panchamahabhut only. But the one walking on the road, that's a spirit spark, spiritual spark. That makes it attractive. Then Prabhupada said, why is spiritual spark attractive? Because spiritual spark is part and parcel of Krishna, who is supremely attractive. He is supremely attractive and we are minutely attractive. In this world, you will see every jiva carries some opulence. Somebody is very sharply intelligent. Somebody is very handsome. Somebody is very strong. Somebody has a sweet voice. Somebody has great influence. So we can see that every jiva carries some little opulence, and that's what attracts us, you will see. To them, we are charmed by them, you will see that. But Krishna has ocean of such opulences. So therefore, one should understand this Atma Tattvam. Krishna says, Arjuna, for the soul there is neither birth nor death. Na jayate mriyate va kadachina nayam bhutva bhavita vana bhuyaha Ajo nityashashvato yam purano nahanyate hanyamane sharire. When the body drops dead like this, only skeleton remains, but the soul never dies. Body is jada, soul is chetan. Body is not conscious, soul is conscious. Body changes, soul doesn't change. Body is temporary, soul is permanent, eternal. Body is always dead. The soul is alive. Like if I wear a gloves in my hand and I do my fingers like this, it will appear that the gloves is alive, but the gloves is never alive. When you take out the gloves, when you take out the hands, it falls. Similarly, when soul goes out, the body falls apart. So, material viewpoint, people tend to think that we are simply a chemical bundle. Everything is finished at death. This is a very superficial understanding of living forms in this world, which most people who are spiritually blind, materially mad, they think like this. But the reality is this. We are not material body made of flesh and bones. We are spirit, soul, Atma. We don't die when the material body stops to function. Actually, material body is simply like a vehicle for the soul. Like a small child may be using a tricycle, then he gets a bicycle, then he gets a bike, then he gets a car. He changes vehicles, but the driver is same. Similarly, Atma goes from one body to another. Three major differences to know. If anybody asks you, how do you know soul exists, you can say that. Wherever there is Atma present in a living body, you will see that 6 changes happen. These are the 6 changes you will find. Birth, growth, maintenance, production of byproducts, dwindling, and death. You find. See, you can see this. Little child, then youth, then growth, then production of reproduction, then decay and death. So, and the second difference is, a male and female living body can multiply similar species. Like you can see here, man and woman, they produce a baby. Dogs produce puppies. Birds also produce. Everybody can reproduce. But have you ever seen a truck and a bus making a baby? Machines cannot reproduce. Yeah. See, the living body has consciousness. Thinking, feeling, willing, while matter has no consciousness. Yeah. These are the 3 things. For example, if it is cold, you will wear a sweater. If it is hot, then you may want to have a fan or something. So you have emotions, feelings. If I appreciate one of you, you will have a smile on your face. If I insult one of you, you may have a frown on your face. But you don't see these things happening in a robo. So therefore, you can see that, like in India once, they had made a robo offer Arati to Balaji. Dinging a bell, ding, 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 ding. Some farmers were standing, hey, how robo is offering Arati? Nothing great deal. Any electronics engineer can tell you. It's very simple. You have a microprocessor where you write a program linear and rotary. It has no emotions. It is just doing as per the program. So there is no consciousness. This is what Schrödinger said. Schrödinger said science has gone way ahead in expanding knowledge about matter. But science cannot, no scientific machine can tell you how beautiful somebody is. Or it cannot tell you how fragrant a flower is. It cannot tell you how sweet a song is. It cannot tell you how tasty a gulab jamun is. Of course, if you give a gulab jamun to an atheistic scientist and ask him what is gulab jamun, he can tell you the size of the diameter of the gulab jamun or the porosity of the spherical ball. He can tell you the viscosity of the liquid on which it is floating, some mu, some value. But he cannot tell you what a gulab jamun is. You can just pop in your mouth and know what it is. Because you have consciousness. And dead machines don't have consciousness. So, Jada and Chetan. Chetan means Atma is present. Jada means there is no Atma. These are the 3 main differences between... so there are many books published. You will see that, the near-death experience. See, so many books have come in the market. Out-of-body experience. There are, in Reader's Digest, they published one book called as Into the Unknown. Way back in 96, I had read it. They had published, doctors had published evidences of people rising out of the body and going to a loft and seeing what objects are present in the loft, coming back into their body and drawing it, and exactly matched with what was seen there. That's called out-of-body experience. Near-death experience means the person is facing a terrible traumatic accident and he is in the hospital. They have given anesthesia, brain waves are flat, but he is able to watch his own body from a point outside the body because the soul is hovering outside to come inside or go outside. And they have told everything, what nurses were speaking, what equipments were used, everything they know, although brain waves are flat. So therefore, many books have come out. So the evidence for the existence of the soul is a proven one. And the third one is transmigration. Another 10 minutes I will do, and I'll conclude, okay? This one lifetime is not all in all, many more lifetimes exist. See, this is Dr. Ian Stevenson. More than, actually that was 2000 before, now there are 3000 cases of reincarnation he has studied. People remembering their previous life. See, so many books, more than 100 books have come out, market on reincarnation. So, see, the twins, although genetically, according to scientists, they are supposed to behave the same way because they come from the same egg splitting into two. But scientists are wondering, if one egg only has split into two and genetically they are same, why their behavior is different? So Einstein says, because two souls have entered the two bodies. That's the explanation he gave. So where do we go after this life? Sound is not coming. Let me check. Okay. I think it's echoing. Just 1 minute.
So, what's through this door? Where do we go? Is it nothing?
What happens to us? I think I have to. Okay. I have muted here. Hare Krishna. Okay, at the time of death, the soul leaves the gross body behind and takes to another room based on the quality of desires stored in the subtle body. You see, there is body, mind, soul. So externally, you see the body in the mirror. Inside, there is a mind and there is soul. So at the time of death, this body lies down. And I'm keeping it because I'm going to take it. So, and the soul comes with the covering of the mind. In the mind, you store those desires which you could not fulfill. And then in the next body, you will give shape to those desires, like the Krishna is telling. Oh, it's not shared, huh? Okay. So spirit soul moves from one body to another. Yeah. All of you repeat this. Antakale cha mameva smaran muktva kalevaram japrayati samadbhavam Yati nastyatra samshayaha. So the third and fourth, the transmigration and aim of life, I have combined together now because we have very short time. So Lord Krishna says that at the time of death, what happens? If you have some other material desires, depending on how much paying ability you have, accordingly you'll be given a body. Like once in my college days, I had gone to a shop to buy a pant and shirt. So they were showing me different shirts and pants. I said, they're very wonderful, very nice. How much I asked? They said, 5,000 rupees. Oh, that much I can't pay. I only have 1,000. Then they took me to another section where they gave me in a pant and shirt which will fit within that amount of 1,000 rupees. Similarly, our paying ability is our karma. Whatever good karma you carry, accordingly we will be given birth in the next body. But at the same time, if somebody can remember the Lord at the time of death, while leaving the body, then they will, Krishna says that there is no doubt about their coming back to me. They will definitely come back to me. In the picture, what is shown is a very sinful person, Ajamila, begot 10 children in the womb of a low-class woman, driving away his wife and parents due to his attachment to this low-class woman. So very simple life. He had become a highway robber and all that. But at the time of death, when Yamadutas came to take him, he had his last son, Narayana, whom he called out of great fear, Narayana! Like that he called. And immediately hearing the name Narayana, Lord Narayana in the Vaikuntha, he told his servants, go immediately. Somebody in Bhuloka is calling my name. The Vishnudutas told the Lord, my dear Lord, he is not calling you, he is calling his own son. Lord said, give him a benefit of doubt. Go, because at last, even though he's calling his son, he's calling my name. Go and do something. Immediately they were sent. And the picture you see, they have arrived here. And with their sword, they cut off the ropes of Yamakinkaras. And they told that till now, Ajamila was in your custody. Now that he has chanted Lord's names, he is in Lord Vishnu's custody now. If you don't understand what we are telling you, go back to your master Yamaraj and ask him more questions, they said. So, this is the pastime, you will see that.
Narayan! Narayan! Oh, Narayan!
Sound is not coming here.
Narayan! Narayan! Oh, Narayan!
Stop! Leave this man alone.
Who are you that dares to challenge us? For we are the Yamadutas.
So you saw, right? Of course, there was a discussion between the two, which Ajamila attentively heard. So one take-home point for all of you, if you chant the holy name without giving up throughout your life, you will get 4 things in your life. First thing, most people actually start chanting and they give it up. But if you daily chant, even one round regularly, somebody chants, the chanting leads you to get devotees come into your life. You will see that. Devotees will come. You will get devotee association if you regularly chant. Secondly, you will get knowledge about Krishna consciousness. Thirdly, you will get seva opportunity. And finally, you will see Vaikuntha airplane will come and take you back home, back to Godhead. These 4 things. Now, Ajamila called Narayana, right? Mriyamana Hare Nama Grinan Putro Pacharitam Ajamilopyaga Dhama Kimbuta Shraddaya Grinan. Yamaraj is amazed. He's telling, at the time of death, Ajamila called Narayana, calling his own son. But if he was saved from Yamapash, and he was given an opportunity to go to Haridwar, repent bitterly, and for 12 years practice Krishna consciousness, taking a dip in the holy Ganges, chanting the holy name, studying the scriptures, associating with saintly people, worshipping Lord Vishnu. And then Vishnu Sutras came and took him back home to Vaikuntha. That happened after a dozen years or so. So just see how Ajamila is blessed and fortunate, even though he called his own son. If somebody chants Krishna's name addressing Krishna directly, why will they not be able to attract Krishna? No. Definitely Krishna will take note, like that Yamaraj is saying. So Ajamila, when he called Narayana, 4 things happened to him. First, Vishnu Sutras came. That means devotee association he got. Secondly, he got knowledge about Krishna consciousness because they spoke to him about the glory of the holy name. Thirdly, he got a chance to get seva opportunity in Haridwar. Fourthly, you see in the picture here, Vaikuntha airplane came and took him back home, back to Godhead. So this is the beauty. At the time of death, anyone who calls the Lord will not take another body in this world. Instead, they will go back to Godhead.
कौसल्या सुप्रजा रामपूर्वा सन्ध्या प्रवर्तते उत्तिष्ठ नरशार्दूल कर्तव्यं दैवमान्धिकम् कौसल्या सुप्रजा रामपूर्वा सन्ध्या प्रवर्तते.
You saw Ajamila landing in spiritual world? You saw that? Not Ajamila, this is Gajendra. Gajendra also, when he was caught by a crocodile, he called out the Lord's holy name. Of course, he didn't remember the name in the beginning. He called source of everything, O Supreme Lord. And he glorified him from the previous life, whatever he learned. See, whatever we do in the previous life, it is carried in the mind as impressions. If you're chanting Hare Krishna, it will go with you. If you are, sometimes even material impressions are also carried by some living entities. I'll just show you one example. I think.
All say 1, 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, and last number is 10. You're a good boy. Give me answer. Quick. 1 plus 1. 3 plus 2. 5 plus 1. 7 plus 1. Now, give me answer. 5 minus 2. 5 minus 1. 5 minus 4. 6 minus 3. 7 minus 4. 8 minus 4. 10 minus 3. Very good. Good.
See, some maths teacher has become a dog now. So, yeah, now, of course, the dog can bark like this. It may be a good amusement for many, but you can't do anything on that. Maybe some of you might have seen this one.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Child, how the child is, you can see that you'll easily get it in the net. It's not very difficult to get. It's available. You will see that this is Hari Parshad Prabhu's son. So you will find how, why did I show you these things? Because the soul is awarded a body, the next body, according to how the soul has spent his time in this particular body. So this child certainly must have done some devotion service. Next life, now he is delighting in holy name, correct? When you don't chant holy name, he is crying. When you chant holy name, he is very happy. How fortunate child he is, isn't it? And he's born in a wonderful devotee family now, in this life. On the other hand, the dog now, maybe he must have done some blunder. Maths teacher, he became a dog. Now still he's remembering he must have been a tuition teacher or something, teaching maths. So you will see that the mind carries these impressions and brings it to the next life. Yeah. See, we can cultivate divine assets or we can cultivate demoniac. The choice is ours. Oh, screen? Oh, I have to share. Yeah, okay. I was about to conclude. Okay, only this I will show and I will conclude with this. How to it's not? Okay, here. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Hare Krishna. I'll conclude with this. We can cultivate divine or demoniac assets in this life. The choice is ours. Narottama, Naradhama. Prahlad Prabhupada calls him as a Narottama and Hiranyakashipu Naradhama, he says. So these are two extreme devotee, extreme atheist. So we have the choice. And to the degree we intensify our Krishna consciousness, the third one is about law of transmigration. Everybody who has taken birth in this world has to leave the body and go to the next body. The next body is going to be decided based on how we live our lives right now. So this is the Gita in 4 sutras. G stands for, there's a God in control. We are not all in all. And I stands for identity. I am not the body, I am spirit soul. T stands for transmigration, which I explained to you nicely with many videos I explained to you. And the last one is aim of life. The aim of life is purification of heart and glorification of Lord. Another time when I come, probably I will show you that. That will take some time. Now I will conclude with this here, okay? Srila Prabhupada ki. Okay, nice. So I thank Devakan Prabhu who invited me here during my trip. Actually, I have some service in US now, recently given by after the GBC college. I come here as a global duty officer for youth outreach in the West. I am deputed to go to Boston for a month by His Holiness Niranjan Maharaj and His Holiness Ranath Maharaj told me. But I spent the last 1 week or 10 days going to different parts of America. For me, it's a very new place and I'm a toddler in American youth preaching here. But I'm just going to different temples to see what they are doing. I went to Gainesville last time and spent some 2-3 days with His Grace Kalakanda Prabhu. I am also seeing the other temples. From here, I'm going ahead to Baltimore and various Dallas and Texas and Houston and San Jose and LA and Seattle, many places. So, but I feel very happy to come here because Devakananda Prabhu, since early days, maintained a very, very good Krishna consciousness in his personal life, and then keeping his family very, very Krishna conscious. And by his example, he spreaded it to many, many people. Gaurang Prabhu, Govind Prabhu always glorified him when I talk to them, because they have been coming and regularly in touch with him. I'm very thankful to Prabhuji for inviting me here and giving me an opportunity to see so many bright-faced devotees here. Thank you for that opportunity. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
So let's thank His Grace Radheyshyam Prabhu again with a loud Haribol, Haribol, Haribol.